Yeah.
I did tell you that. I told you, if you are willing to leave your job, I'm willing to work two to three jobs so you could be at home with the baby. You told me, unless you are making 80 grand a year, then I'll quit my job. So when you told me 80 grand, right?
Yeah.
What I told you was the average male makes between, what is it, 38 to 52?
Yeah, 30 to 50 in that range.
Right?
Yeah.
My honest reaction to that was, if I'm making 80 grand a year, what makes you think I'd still want to be with you at that point?
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? That was my honest reaction to that.
Well, I mean, at this point, the child would be the reason.
Right, and that's honestly why I'm even sucking it up. You know?
Yeah.
Because this has been like I said, this is really the main issue. I would say this is definitely the paramount issue in a
Do
relationship.
you love him?
I do. I love him so much, you know. It's painful to hear him say that, like, you know, oh, if it wasn't for our daughter, or if I was making a certain amount, I'd be out. Because I wouldn't.
The reason why you're in the position that you're in is because of you, my friend. You're not adhering to your responsibilities, and in turn, she's had to take a lot of the responsibilities on, and it's put her in her masculine. Gonna give it to you raw. You're a fucking bum right now, straight up. $30,000 a year is unacceptable in Connecticut, especially to raise a family in the area that you're in, and you just have to make more money. You know, all of these problems stem from your inadequacy to be a man, and that's why she's responding the way that she's responding. So I have to put the onus on the man. Now, does she have some things that she has to work on as well? Of course. But a lot of the things that she's doing, chasing her career, trying to move out of the military, thinking long-term with her pension and her retirement, etc., these are all masculine traits that she's had to take on because you're not adequate right now, period. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. So the onus is on the man, because you're the leader, you're the protector, you're the provider. And right now, the reason why she doesn't want to give up her career is, quite frankly, she doesn't trust you for her long-term security. She just doesn't.
Yeah.
So this is all your fault, dude. 100%. She has some things that she could work on, but the things that the foundation is that you're not strong.
Yeah.
So since you're not strong, she has to carry some of that weight, and since she has to carry some of that weight, that puts her in a situation where she can't even focus on the child. She can't be attentive, because I know your biggest gripe, but she's not attentive to the child, which is completely, I see that's a very valid gripe, because she's not adhering to her motherly duties, but she can't do it because, if you notice, it's to make more money. It's to earn on Turo.
For the family.
It's typically for betterment of the family, which that should be your job. You know, you should be the one saying, hey, I got shit to do, etc. She should be complaining about you not being attentive to the child, not the other way around, if anything. So she's basically been put in a masculine position. She can't cook. She's not really caring to figure out what you really want to eat or learn another cuisine, because she just doesn't have the time. And this all stems, typically, a lack of female submission stems from male inadequacy, or lack of trust, which typically comes from male inadequacy. Right. So you just got to be a better man, bro. Absolutely. And the thing is like, you're trying to tell her, hey, I need you to cook more, I need you to be more submissive, you're masculine, etc. You're trying to cash a check you don't have the money for. You can't tell her to follow you or tell her you need to do this, etc. You know, if you're not the man. You got to be the fucking man to tell the girl to behave like a woman.
That makes sense.
You know, that's really what it comes down to. And I mean, this is really interesting, because a lot of you guys that watch the podcast right now, y'all might be laughing, talking shit, ha ha ha, this guy's a loser, blah blah blah. A lot of you guys are in the same situation where you're trying to sit there and get women to be submissive to you, or she should follow your leader, cook and clean for you, but you don't have your shit together. You cannot demand submissiveness and femininity from a woman when you don't have all the masculine traits that to demand that femininity. It's you know, we always say, you know, you need authority and you need responsibility. A lot of guys think about the authority, but they don't think about the responsibility. You want to be able to tell a girl what to do. You want to be able to tell her, hey, I need this, I need that, blah, 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 etc. That comes with the responsibility of, I got everything handled. And that's one thing too about like watching this kind of content, is that that's why we're so big on the self-improvement. And a lot of you guys get mad at me, Myron, you don't collab with these other creators, blah, 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 blah. The reason why is because they don't solve the other problem. It's good one thing to have girls on the panel and talk about fucking intersexual dynamics and you should be submissive and blah, 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 blah. But if we didn't teach you guys how to make money, how to become more successful, how to have the right mindset,
foundation.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yep.
Because you can't command submissiveness from women if you don't got your shit together. And a lot of you guys that are watching this shit right now, you guys might be laughing, but a lot of you guys are in the same fucking boat. Where you're with a woman and you got her by the skin of your teeth and she's doing most of the work and you guys kind of cohabitate and she makes most of the money, but you want her to still make you a sandwich and suck your dick and shit like that. No, she's not gonna, because she's fucking tired from doing your goddamn job. That's the reality, man. So, yeah, dude, I think it's very important that you need to make more money.
Absolutely.
Period. That's number one. And the reason why she doesn't want to give up her career, rightfully so, is she doesn't trust you. You're not stable.
Yeah.
You know, she's older than you too, so she has a little bit more life experience. She's more educated than you. She makes more money than you. She has a more stable career. She has a pension. She has a future that she's looking at, and you don't have that. So she has to rely on that, because at the end of the day, if anything fails, at least she'll have that security. So she's creating it herself for both of y'all, and I'm surprised that this relationship has even lasted this long with her being in the breadwinner position. Like, it's not just about being a breadwinner.
Yeah.
Like, that's just step one, but like a lot of guys got to understand, like, you have to be the breadwinner, you got to be the leader, etc., and you got to be able to be that fucking guy where the girl feels safe and says, you know what, man, I could walk away from this job. I don't fucking need this shit. Right now, I mean, with my chick, she works, but she does it electively, and I told her you could quit whenever the fuck you want. You don't need them. And I think it's very important for the woman to work electively, right? Not mandatorily. Because when a woman works mandatorily, it's like, oh my God, I'm gritting my teeth. I'm doing something that I don't necessarily want to do, maybe, to earn money. I've noticed it with girls, they're at their best if they don't work or if they work electively. So I want it where he puts you in a position where you're working a cush gig. You're in the military, you've done your 10 years, cool, but you're doing an easy OMS, you're chilling, you're doing the bare minimum, and you're just, getting paid whatever you need to do. And he handles the majority of everything, and you work from a position of
when I feel like it. A month.
Yeah, exactly. You're drilling once a month and you're chilling.
And just having a business,
Yeah,
like
the two-row thing, like on the side,
passive.
Exactly, like easy stuff that you could do from home, and the kid is the predominant responsibility. So that's my thing. I genuinely believe that, and I've noticed that women operate best when they work, if they do work, electively, not mandatorily.
Okay.
So that's on him. He needs to be in that position to have you working from a position where, position of power, essentially, not a position of need.
Yeah, and I also want to add, I knew coming here, right? I was expecting to hear tough words like that, because I know where I am. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming from love, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm telling you, man, it's gold. It's gold. And